Look who we got in the building, y'all. The,
Hi.
the mysterious one herself, Mystery Woman. And she's back. And she's madder than ever. We were having a debate on Drake. It's bad to have a name that rhymes with so many names like fake. What else rhymes with Drake?
You just said it was a bunch of things, and then you only have like
Drake, half baked. But I thought she told me she didn't really care for Drake's music, but I turn around and that's almost all she's listening to. So I'm interested. Inquiring minds want to know, what do you like about Drake, if anything?
That's not the only thing I listen to.
But why do you play so much of his music?
What I did say is that I would have to be in the mood to listen to it. Like, you have specific artists that, bring out like a different type of ambiance, and I feel like if you're just relaxed,
she went to the ambiance.
if you're just,
you even know what that means, ambiance? How do you spell ambiance?
I was about to say that. Okay, let's do it at the same time. A and B, C, and you didn't do it because you're cheating. I know how to.
There's a certain ambiance. That sounds bougie. Can you imagine somebody? Can you imagine somebody describing Tupac's music? And he has ambiance. Be like, man, get out of here.
Or like
Thug Life, baby.
Or just the energy, like you just want to lay down, you just want to relax. I feel like there's specific songs. I'm not a fan of all of his music, but there are specific songs that I just feel like are relaxing, are nice. I will say that I do play it up a little bit because I know you hate it so much. So,
oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Thing I like about Drake songs when it's like at the 3 minute and 50 some mark when I know it's about to go off, I'll be like, yeah, this is the best part of the song. Jill.
Yeah.
But I remember watching an interview with Jay Prince, and his son is the one that kind of put, Drake's on the public scene to America, and he played it for Jay Prince. And Jay Prince said, "You like this? Like with all the singing?" But he said it eventually grew on him. I guess when the money comes in, you start to be like, yeah, it's not that bad. Because Jay Prince first heard Ice Baby in a club, and he said, this song's going to be big. He called that one right, but I ain't like none of Vanilla Ice's stuff either, really. But
yeah, me neither.
I just don't get the thing with Drake. He's been around for...
I think it's just because he opened up a different landscape as far as hip hop goes, where not a lot of people were transitioning from rapping to singing. And so people did make fun of that style for a while because you said he was singing in it, but it was just a different style that was being introduced. And now a lot of artists are doing that. There's a lot of people who are now considered pop who rap and sing because of the singing part.
Well, UTFO sang, Biz Markie sang, a host of others sang. Even the Fat Boys, they wouldn't sing, but they would have a lot of their hooks were female singers. But to me, it's just the style of it. It's just annoying. It sounds flat. It sounds like he ain't got no energy. It's there's no... The beats are subpar. He sounds like Lil Wayne. It's just... oh my gosh, man. I was just telling her earlier, I said if rap had started off with this, I never would have kept listening. This, to me, it's that bad. I just don't.
I mean, I wouldn't consider him to be a lyricist as much as I would say that he's an entertainer. I feel like a lot of his songs, I would say not a lot of his recent songs, but I feel like some of his, if you go through his discography, some of his older songs do have a more laid back type of energy to it where you could just how you said it's more monotone, but I feel like it's more of I would say Passion Fruit, that song that you cannot stand. I feel like that's just more of a relaxing song to just sit back to.
I can't stand Kiki. Oh my god.
I don't like that song either, but there also is the component of virality. Why is he doing that? It's kind of not necessarily shock value, but I feel like he does do specific songs because he feels like it's going to probably take off on different social medias like TikTok or something, which is a way that some artists are playing it when they do something that's kind of sideways. But I do feel like he, I would never really say he's like a lyricist, or I would never really compare him to like a rapper, or
Like
I would
me,
put him in. Go
I
ahead.
eat Drake up and about. I will rip that dude. I will tear that. Anyway, so did you know he didn't write back to back? Did you know he didn't write that?
No, but that's why I would consider him like an entertainer. That's why I never would consider him a lyricist. There are like people who are, and Drake has won Grammys,
And that means
but
nothing. Spice Girls win the Grammys too. But who's driving around playing the Spice Girls? Have you met one person playing the Spice Girls?
I love If You Want to Be My Lover. So
Somebody got on the heat, bro. It's getting hot.
mm-hmm.
Anyway, see, I get hot around the, I get hot
You get
talking.
hot thinking about Drake.
Yeah, that didn't sound right. Yeah, Drake is just, oh my goodness. I think the only song that I liked from him was a starter from the bottom. I just kind of like that beat. I like the beat. It's kind of, it's repetitive. I kind of like repetitive, but not too repetitive. It's kind of hard to explain. But growing up on, what's that? You don't like this song?
Like how are you gonna talk about how things are just basic and you pick one of the most basic songs in his entire discography? You're like,
But I
what
don't.
about this one?
Maybe because I heard it when I went to go see Straight Outta Compton. They were playing a commercial of it before the movie. Maybe I was so hyped up to see a movie where I could kind of relate to that when I heard his song come on, it didn't sound as bad because I knew what I was there for. Maybe it was nostalgic or something, but
No, you liked it. You liked the Drake song. It's okay.
nah, but I just don't. I
We
don't
we
get it.
have it on record too. He said he did like a Drake song.
And he's been around for what since what 2010 around like
Early 2000. Not early 2000s. 2010, I would say, yeah.
yeah 2000 around 2010, but I just don't. Sometimes I'll try to hear like maybe I'm missing something. I'll try to hear what people like. And, like I just one of his beats just sound like somebody's banging on a synthesizer, like rant, 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 rant. I'm like, dude, if you don't turn this off, I'm about to.
Again, though, I feel like some of the components that you don't like about it, he has intentionally done so people talk about it. Like, there's a lot of songs that do like left field things or things that have absolutely nothing to do with the rest of the song, just
So
for
he's
that.
deliberately annoying, is what you're saying?
I wouldn't say he's deliberately annoying, no. I would just
I'm gonna
say.
create a buzz by putting out trash. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put out trash and get the streets talking.
So,
Gangsters.
you want to be his ghostwriter, is what I'm hearing.
Man, I need to be his beat maker, his producer, his shoot. I mean, he's doing well for himself as far as career and making money, no doubt about that. But I don't hear anything that stands the test of time. I mean, I grew up around the best era when everybody was different. Tupac, Big Daddy Kane, just all those groups from then, the 80s and 90s, the Juice Crew, Biz Markie, there's a King T, so many I could name.
I
It's
think
just,
that's like one of the things too with people who don't like Drake. Like you're like a hip hop head, so you have different. So you have like different things that you like, probably based off of nostalgia, but also because that's like the beginning. That's the first thing that you heard. So you're comparing that to everything, but that's always gonna be on a pedestal. No one's going to be Tupac. No one's gonna be Biggie. No one else is gonna be all these people. So it's kind of like holding them to like a
our standard.
standard. Yeah, it's kind of like when you go later on in life and you know
There
you
was trash back then. Don't get me wrong. There was a rapper named MC Shy D. He was. I mean, just listening to him now almost makes me mad because for one, he doesn't even sound like a man. For a while, I thought it was a woman. I was like, this a dude. But if you don't believe me, go listen to MC Shy D. It's pretty bad. So have your vomit bucket ready right here. Once you press play, it's that bad. But
a representative for his music.
there was some bad. There was a group called the Skinny Boys that was trying to, market themselves after the Fat Boys. They were pretty bad. There was some bad groups back then, but I just don't like all this this singing he does, it just sounds flat and no energy to it. It's like he just.
I mean, he's not a professional singer, Jonathan, but
I
I
know, but
think
he's not
he's
holding a
just.
note. It's like he's just randomly hitting notes. Like there's no pattern to it. No, you can't follow where he's going next. It's just,
Yeah, that's the point. Keep you on your feet.
You know, my feet all right. I'm about to use these feet and kick him in. Nah, stomping and put hands and feet on. But nah. Oh man.
I'm gonna take you to a Drake concert.
Yeah, one of my buddies told me he went to a Drake show and he said this dude has no stage presence whatsoever. Like certain dudes, when they come in a room, once again, Tupac. Everybody talks about anybody who's around him. He had presence. You can't teach that. You either have it or you don't. I don't see that with Drake. This dude was on, what was that show he used to be on, Degrassi? So I'm like, dude, what? You go from Degrassi to talking about mob ties, man. If you don't go sit down somewhere. Went from Degrassi to mob ties. Boy, sit down.
I think the one thing that I can say though is like, but I feel like it's a common thing for all the people who listen to Drake. Cause I've talked to other people about this, but the accents that he changes through, like a British accent, a Jamaican accent.
I've never heard him use a British accent. He does that?
Yeah, he does he does different accents, and so it kind of does seem. But then again, that's like why I would consider him more of an entertainer than like an actual lyricist, because it's like I feel like those, specific times in the song are because of like.
See, that's how I feel like if you're using British accents and all that, it's like you're trying to find yourself. Like, what's gonna work? It's like,
I
why would
feel
you?
like it's out of convenience. Like he's like, this would be like a good thing to put in the song.
To me, it's like a boxer that's conventional, and then he starts fighting southpaw. It's like you don't know what you're doing, do you? You're just trying to figure out the fight as you go. That's what he's doing. It's like, oh well, let me try to talk Jabba Hut T's next on my album. Like, dude, I just don't get it. But I'm from a different generation, of course. But if you play some Tupac and then play Drake, you guys tell me what sounds better.
I mean, obviously, well,
Crooked Eye would eat that dude. Joel Ortiz, oh my goodness, they would eat that dude alive. Oh my goodness. Have you guys heard Crooked Eye? I think he changed his name to King Crooked out of Long Beach. Nice. Oh, I just don't get it. I think what happens too, people hear these songs so much that they feel like they like it because they hear it so much. And I think it's almost a form of brainwashing. You're like, well, it must be good. They're playing it. Everybody else likes it. So if I don't like it, something must be wrong with me. No, nothing's wrong with you. The song is really trash. You were right the first time.
Some of the songs are trash, but there are good songs. There are good Drake songs. If you were to go through his entire catalog, you would find something that you would like. I feel like, I mean, you found a song that you like, but would I say that he's a top 5? No, I would not say he's a top 5, but there are specific people that you just listen to because you just like feel like, oh, well, if I come across a Drake song and I'm just sitting, I'll be like, oh, but I won't like go out specifically and look for it.
You sure about that?
When have I gone out to specifically look for a Drake song?
I think you got some songs from him on your Spotify. If I'm.
Oh yeah, that's when I pulled it up because he said how much he didn't like Drake. So I had a whole karaoke session. I turned the lights off and I did like a strobe light on my phone. He loved it. It was your favorite part.
I mean, I'll listen to him over these female rappers now. That all they talk about is
Okay, no, because that's a whole nother conversation in itself. There are mainstream rappers who are very, like, sexual.
That's all they talk about.
No, but there are really good. There's Rhapsody, there's Lil Sims, there's No Name.
But they don't get the same. They don't get the same push as the other.
And that's exactly why female rap is kind of categorized into this specific. Because they don't want to give like enough platforms to different people, and because they want females to embody this specific type of representation that they're given. Like that's the only reason why a lot of these other female rappers who do have bars and who can carry stage presence and actually should have more accolades than they actually do have are pushed kind of in the back burner. Like Megan Thee Stallion, I feel like she is a great lyricist, but I feel like because they wanted to push her to embody a specific thing, that's how she kind of started rapping more about the same thing over and over again. But a lot of her fans are telling her that they want her to be how she used to when she used to freestyle in the beginning. Female rap is a whole nother different
But
thing.
see, somebody's gonna have to stand up at some point and be like, "I'm not gonna do it just because you're telling me." Look at Lauryn Hill; they probably were trying to get her to rap a certain way, and she told the industry, "Peace out." You know, somebody's gonna have to stand up and stop the vicious cycle because it's getting redundant. Every girl's talking about what she can do in the bedroom. It's like what you got ain't no more special than what the next lady got. You all were born with the same parts last time I checked. So it's like.
But I mean, if somebody does, like, there's a lot of artists who were extremely popular that decided to speak up about one thing or the next and they got blackballed. So all they would do, like B.O.B., he was talking about like cloning.
Yeah, what happened to him?
Because they said he went crazy and started like tweeting about a bunch of different stuff.
Oh yeah, you can't get too real nowadays, or you will get
And he was popular. He had he was out the same time that Nicki Minaj was out, and like a bunch of other people who do have those accolades. So, and he actually was a pretty good. He has some pretty good lyrics.
Atlanta, right? He's from Atlanta, right?
I have no idea where he's from.
I think he's from Atlanta.
But he had like a lot of popular songs, so for him to be able to, I know I'm from the Bay, and we had like a couple songs that were playing that he either was in, like featured in, or he had of his own. So for him to just,
well, no, you can go independent, and there's a lot of artists that get acclaim on the underground. You won't hear them commercially, but they don't sell out. They stick to their their belief system. It's just I like Bizzle and Brian T and the Christian rap because they got lyrics and they're real. They actually have something to say, and that's just me. I get tired of if I do play secular music, I look for the clean versions or the instrumentals. I get tired of all the shoot 'em up, drugs, who you slept with. It's like, man, if y'all don't get some more topics. And what happened to storytelling? Nobody does any. I was just watching a video. It was called Funky Dividends from them dudes up in Philly, Cool C or whoever. And people were saying in the comment section that, like, what happened to this form of rap where people tell stories? Like, y'all might clown Fresh Prince and say he was soft, but the dude would out rap all these dudes today. Stories or not, you can call him corny, you can call him what you want, but the dude could rap, and he would, they'd be funny. At least it wasn't just the same old stuff.
Yeah, I would definitely say storytelling probably
Slick Rick.
Yeah, it probably got like.
Because you have to actually sit down and think.
And also, it's just I feel like as the GP, like our focus is very like this now, so it's harder for storytelling to be.
Yeah, people's attention spans are kind of messed up because of TikTok.
I know you're not talking because first of all, you literally show me like 2-second videos on Instagram all the time. So.
Oh, but that's just like funny stuff. But then I don't be on there like for hours.
Oh, you don't?
Oh, my bad. Was I speaking out loud?
Sure? You sure?
I kind of got off topic. The topic was Mr. Drake. What's his real name?
Aubrey Graham.
Where'd Drake come from? So his name's not even Drake?
No.
So then fake would apply. Wow. I thought his name was really Drake.
Okay.
So if I go back.
That's all the time.
What? So you're telling me if I go back and watch Degrassi High, it's going to say a different name?
Aubrey Graham, yeah.
Aubrey Graham? Wow.
Graham, yeah.
Aubrey Graham. Okay, Aubrey Graham. Well, Tupac's name wasn't, I understand it was something Michael Hussein Crooks or something when he was born,
His first name was Michael.
or something like that. If you look at his when Tupac was born, his name wasn't Tupac Shakur. It was changed. His mom named him after, I believe, some type of revolutionary, and he ended up a revolutionary. It's kind of interesting. Names have meaning. I always
No, it
tell you
says
guys
his
that.
name is actually Tupac.
Nah, not his birth name.
It says Tupac Amaru
Yeah,
Shakur.
that's what it ended up. But check what he was born as.
Born Lasani Parish.
Hussein.
Lasane Parish Crooks.
Yeah, see. So I guess I won't go too hard on Drake for him not for that not to be his real name, you know. But still, Tupac ended up his name, you know. So what would be your rap name if you were a rapper? Mystery Woman.
Yeah, but with a Z.
With the Z?
Somewhere. Mysteries. Women's.
So tell me, what do you guys think of Drake? Tell me in the comments what you guys think of the state of hip hop. What do you think of female rappers today? Are you impressed with all the shows of 50 years of hip hop? I say hip hop was hijacked a long time ago. We did a video about that. So I don't really think it's 50 years at this point. Probably more like 30. To me, when certain rappers left this world, rap kind of went with it. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I just like something I can feel. You know, if I can't feel you, if it doesn't motivate me, inspire me, I can't work out to it. It doesn't make me want to write. Then why am I listening to it? Like I'm not just gonna listen to be listening to something. I have to feel something from it. You know, that's just me. How about you?
Yeah. I would say the same thing too. Or something that kind of helps me feel something. I don't kind of just want to sit there. Sometimes I do. I don't want to think or just play something like, like Drake or something. But
That's why California Love was so big because you could right when that beat comes on, you feel it. There were people not even from California claiming California because that beat was so hard, and then the energy Dre and Tupac put on it, you had to stand up for that, even if you was from the East Coast. But yeah, music to me is about inspiration, feeling, a whole. There's certain songs that help people get through life. You know, when you're down, depressed, there's certain songs that keep you going and help get you out of bed sometimes. And not so much anymore. You have to kind of go to the old school playlist for that. You know, what songs inspire you? Like, if say you were having a bad day, like what would you listen to?
I don't know. I always try to just listen to. I feel like maybe like not what's the term? Not conceptual artists, but the
Contemporary?
conscious hip
Oh,
hop. I feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
conscious
yeah.
hip hop makes me feel a little bit better just because it is the closest new age thing to storytelling just because it's different than.
You ever listen to Paris? He's out of your area, the Bay. Paris. Light skinned dude, kind of looks like Ice Cube. He
There's a
produced
bunch
a
of
lot
light
of
skinned
people.
artists from the Bay.
He's produced a lot of people. You never heard of Conscious Daughters? He put them out. They're from the Bay.
I've heard of conscious artists.
Yeah. But they were called the Conscious Daughters, but they still kind of had that gangster feel to them. But of course, we had Public Enemy back then. There's a lot of groups, but I steered away from some of them because then they throw in their false religious beliefs, and then when you start doing that, I'm like, yeah, gotta go.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes they try to go too far out the box with their metaphors and stuff.
That's the problem I have with a lot of lyricists today. They're lyrical, but then they do the shock value thing. It's like they just feel they can say whatever they want because they can, and that you should censor yourself, Well, Ice-T's album was called Freedom of Speech. Just watch what you say. It's like nowadays nobody cares what they say. They come out and say the most reckless things just to get attention, but I'm not down with that. Any closing remarks, mysterious woman? Mystery woman.
Woman.
You have any closing remarks?
No, not really. Do you have any closing remarks,
Nah.
mystery man?
Nah, I guess I'll just exercise after this video, get me something to eat. Been having a marathon of A Different World. Showing her, she had never seen the show. She's really liking it. Great shows. They don't make any shows like that anymore. Different World. Black folks on there not being betrayed as buffoons. That's another topic. Maybe we'll talk about that next time. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's the J. Roos Theory, LSR forever. And be fearless. Yay, yay.